Awesome. Welcome, everyone, to Cisco's Virtual Kitchen, or SVK Network, as we call it. This is season 3. I'm excited. For the first time, we have a full house here. Right? So this is awesome. So we actually have people in my studio. We're not just streaming people in from all over the country and all over the world. We actually have people in the studio, so it's really cool. So I'm going to tell everyone just what's coming up here. But first of all, I'm just going to hit this button. Follow me on my other camera. We have 299 shows that are planned this year. Everything that we say at Everything in Food Service is how we share what our vision is here at the SVK Network. And I think we are accomplishing that this year with 300 shows, all booked all the way till June 2023. Also, I just want to share with everyone what's coming up this Friday, back by big demand, as we say, right? 11 a.m. we have Influencer Friday, and we're actually doing cookies, which I think might match the gentleman that we have on the show today, what he does in his spare time. But also, we are live Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, every day of the week. And then we're live again for rewatch. I don't want to say rerun, but we're live again at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Meta, if you want to call it that, or Spotify video. We are everywhere on all Cisco Canada social channels. So, Lisa, you want to introduce who we have today and yourself into the show?
Absolutely. Well, my name is Lisa Evangelos, and I'm with the Culinary Federation, and we are so excited to be in studio. This is the first time I've actually ever been to Cisco headquarters. We are streaming live from Edmonton, and I'm excited to introduce you to a couple guests. First, we are honored to have the presence of our national president, Ryan Marquis, with us today.
Hi, everyone. When Jay invited me, and I thought I was going to be in his living room. It's a nice change.
This is an upgrade.
This is going to be my basement or the garage.
Yeah, with the garage. I remember there was a time through COVID.
Yes.
It was a garage.
I love when we were actually doing the show and the beeping of the garbage truck.
Oh, no.
I remember that.
That was before my time, but we're very excited to have Ryan with us. And we're also very excited for our special guest, Rick Secko from Nestle Professional. October is the official month of International Chef's Day. The 20th of October is the official day, but the Culinary Federation and its members celebrate all month long. But we're going to talk more about that after a little commercial break, so stay tuned.
Hey guys, I'm Rena from OO.
I'm Kayla from OO. This fall and winter, I'll be co-hosting Food in a Boot on the Cisco Virtual Kitchen Network.
Digital maps these days may tell you information and reviews on a restaurant,
but they don't tell you about the people that hang out there.
OO is on a mission to help people connect better in real life by seeing communities of interest on a map.
Join us this fall when we take to the streets. We can't wait to hang out.
I was going to say, did you like that tune, right?
I love that tune. Great. Don't really actually see what's happening. Who's talking? I'm just trying to imagine. Who's that person?
I was going to say, you can't see it. That's right. I got to get another screen on that side. But I am excited today to really be a part of this conversation around International Chef's Day and what that means to all the chefs that are in the industry across the globe, because we do broadcast globally. And I just want to thank you, both of you, and Rick, to really allow me to be a part of this. You guys educate me all the time on this stuff. So I'm excited, but do you want to, Lisa, bring it over to Rick? Or
sure,
what do you
yeah.
want to do?
Yeah, I'm really excited too, because International Chef's Day is really important to me. I've got 2 young kids, 7 and 9, and it's all about teaching the next generation. I'm raising kids up to growing a healthy future, and I'll throw it over to Rick Secko to talk more.
Oh, thank you very much, Lisa. And you guys hit the nail on the head for sure. It is all about taking our kids and looking at the kids and going and trying to build that healthy future. Doing a little bit of education through cooking, tasting, of course, because we know that that's what we do best, cooking, and then having them experience these outstanding dishes that are fresh, flavorful, and great for them. The theme this year is growing a healthy future for International Chef's Day. So there is a fantastic package out there that's been put together by world chefs and Nestle Professional on a whole big guide out there on what you can execute for that World Chef's Day, or what we like to say, Lisa, do we do this for the whole month of October too?
Yes, well, the official day is October 20th, but not everyone can always celebrate on that day. So I know in Edmonton, for example, we do various events throughout the month, and I'm sure it's the same across Canada.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really not just in Canada. There's actually over 100 countries around the world that actually celebrate it. All our World Chef members across the country, from, say Australia, China, Japan, Singapore, all the way to the other side, which is Canada. Europe does it, and there's events that happen all around the world.
So I have to ask you a question, Ryan. Didn't you just win something or get notified at the World Chef Association, or was that a different
At the American Culinary Federation.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was inducted into their American.
Yeah, I was just trying to give you a plug there.
No, thanks. I appreciate
You
it.
don't carry-
It's
you don't
all
carry-
about the children.
You don't
It's all
carry
about
that
the
award around with you?
Yeah, it's all about the kids at Rick right now.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
There we go.
absolutely.
There you go. Way to go, Jay. Blow it
So-
already.
No.
Ryan, or Lisa, where can someone download
Yes.
this toolkit, basically, that has all
Yeah.
these guides and things on it that you're going to see me say, make a couple of recipes or talk about a couple of recipes, but there's this whole
Yes.
big toolkit that World Chefs has
There
put
are.
together for
They
this
have,
event.
and we'll
to
put a
help.
link to it later, but it's World
Yes,
Chefs.
we'll add it in there.
Yeah, worldchefs.org/International Chef's Day. There's a toolkit, there's recipes, there's certificates, and I actually use all of those things for when we celebrate it in my kids' classes. So we're
Serious?
doing that in a couple of weeks. I give each kid a certificate with their name on it, healthy recipe cards. It's an incredible resource that World Chefs and Nestle Professionals put together. So we'll make sure that you can access that after this episode.
That's
And honestly,
fantastic.
if there's nothing that actually fits for that, to be honest with you, it's really about, yes, celebrating our partnership with Nestle and doing this with the toolkit. Ultimately, that's the goal. But honestly, it's really about bringing awareness to our trade across the country. I mean, it's how hard people work. How do we celebrate it? How do you give back? That's kind of what it is.
So Ryan, how important is that in today's world? We just went through COVID. I've heard a lot of stories. How important it is to really get that word out about it?
Well, I think
Yeah,
I think more and more people are starting to understand what's going on. I mean, I tend to say the Food Network is a double-edged sword, right? Everybody kind of understands, what we go through now, and the eggs just don't magically appear at breakfast. There's actually someone, working hard doing it. So, but I'm also saying it's a way to celebrate our industry. I mean, we work usually in conditions that are, and it's not that it's usually the kitchens aren't air conditioned. You're on your feet all the time. You're in the service industry, so you're dealing with people with different tastes all the time. Maybe food could be back where people didn't like the way you it's very
Demanding.
yeah, and it's really
Tough.
Intense.
It's super tough,
Yeah.
right?
So you're working in an environment that isn't as appealing as having an air conditioned office. Sitting down, you're standing, you're dealing, you're working hard.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we just want to acknowledge the chefs as well in this month of International Chef's Day, how hard they work to feed us, to fuel us. And then with the healthy spin of International Chef's Day and what Nestle has put together with World Chefs is that we want to make sure that the younger chefs, the younger kids are learning how to do it well.
We all know where our industry is going. We're all hurting. Everybody's hurting staff. Everybody's hurting. With this industry is after COVID. Everybody's looking for staff all the time. Now we're going to try to introduce it to them that when they get up there, they're going to want to be in our company.
Yeah, I'd assume they watch stuff on or see the news and see what's happening. They can put one on one together and really know how bad it is out there. And if this is a profession that they want to be in, it really helps get them, to think differently about it. I love the fact that you mentioned, the Food Network. I'm not going to mention that because we are the true Food Network. There are people like Chef Rick and yourself that really shows what it is like to be a chef, right, Rick?
You got it. You got it,
Right?
Jay. For certainly
it
does.
It certainly does, right? And I think that's what we like to do is bring the real authentic, the real world to the industry of what we're doing here at the SVK Network. So I just think, Rick, I want to hear what it means to you and stuff like this when you get into sharing your passion and stuff like this with children.
Well, I think that that's one of the great things actually about International Chefs Day and actually this whole week, where us as chefs get to get out there and work with the community. And particularly here at Nestle Professional, what I do is that we do an after-school program where we actually take them through a couple of these recipes, and I work with the kids and show them some things. And what's great is that we take some different foods and different food products that probably they're not really exposed to. So I do this at a place called West Neighborhood House in downtown Toronto, and we expose them to things like quinoa, kale, a couple of other different fruits and vegetables that they wouldn't really have seen, and it's really looking to build their habits and see them through a healthy future. And it's something that gives back to within that community, and it's a group that we do things with every year based on International Chefs Day. And of course, with the support of the Culinary Federation too, and the group of chefs out there. They have a good time. They try some interesting stuff, and they go home, and we make sure that they take something home that they can try the next day with their family too. That is healthy, that it's an easy recipe for them to be able to make with their parents and things like that afterwards. So it's a lot of fun, and it's great to get engaged with the groups out there too.
Awesome. I think I love the fact that we're teaching kids not only to cook properly, but about the profession. I think it's so important nowadays. They're influenced by so many things on social right now that it really means a lot when you have chefs like yourselves just sharing, information and passion, but also great ingredients and stuff to cook. Because
it certainly is. And you know what, Jay, what makes this year actually different is this year actually, you know what, the last couple of years we've been doing this virtual. Like I did International Chefs Day with these groups and things like that, virtual on videos over the camera, like I am in my home from Guelph here. But now this time we're in person, which that whole idea of actually seeing people's reaction and getting the kids to use their plastic knives to make sure that they're cutting that apple to make their apple pizza, and taking them through that. That's what really gets and delivers better that passion for the industry that Lisa has, that Ryan has, that the chefs that go and do these things with us have. And that gets that across to the younger generation. And you know what? Gets them excited about the industry too.
Yes. I'm super excited because the last 2 years we've done a virtual component in my kids' class, and this year I'm going into the class.
You're going into the
with
class?
my husband, who's the chef. He's the one who leads it. I'm just the one that coordinates it. But the kids are so excited about it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I remember doing that back in the day, going to schools in Calgary and really talk about the profession, because I think a lot of times they think you just have to be a chef. But then there's so many other career choices out there as you become a chef that you can do out there.
Yeah, there's different streams you can go through. Everybody thinks, just, being a chef at a restaurant, or, there's hotels, there's, even, you look at anybody within our association or whoever else across the country, it's about the you can be an instructor in an elementary school and teaching home ec. It's the exact same thing. It's our trade. That's who we are, and this is what we do. And honestly, we're usually pretty easygoing people. I mean, there's what you see on TV, and then there's real life.
Yeah, I'm just seeing here the comments that people are writing here. Seeing what it is, but I totally agree. So, Rick, were you going to prepare a smoothie for us here on the second half?
I am. In the second half, I'm going to take one of the recipes that World Chefs has put together. And you know what? In that toolkit that you'll be able to download, I think there's at least 30 recipes in there that you can take and use on your own. Or as like Ryan said, just do something with the products that you have that you're familiar with. But these are great guides. So I've got a smoothie that I'm going to prepare in the next segment.
You didn't think he'd ever
all
say
I'm wondering
that, eh?
is he's going to make it, and the smoothie's not in front of me.
Exactly.
We sadly don't get to partake in it, but we'll live vicariously through the screen as you make it.
All right, we'll be right back. Rick and his smoothie. After. Welcome everyone to Cisco's Virtual Kitchen. Today we're celebrating World Chef's Day, but for the whole month,
Yes.
right? For the whole month.
We're just acknowledging it and telling you all about it. It's only October 3rd, so there's lots of opportunity for any chefs, cooks, culinary partners listening to participate throughout the next month.
Awesome. And then we have Rick here, the Nestle Professional,
Yes,
going to
we
be
do.
showing us a smoothie, right, Rick?
Yeah, it's going to be a smoothie. So we got a spinach and kale powered smoothie that is in that whole toolkit and the recipe guides that we have from the International Chef's Day Committee of World Chefs and Nestle
I think
Professional.
Chef Ryan wants one.
I want
Does he
one.
really? Well, I don't know if we can ship
You
one
said
down to
kale.
Edmonton, but you know what? Ryan, are you big on kale?
Nah, it's not one of my favorite food groups. And for people who know me, I'm actually quite opinionated on kale. You know what I mean? So
Because- Do you remember when kale was a garnish?
I remember when kale was every city planner's dream in
Yes.
like the 1980s, where every boulevard of downtown
And now it's a superfood.
or
It's a
when
superfood.
in the 90s, you were sitting there and it was the garnish on every
I was
buffet,
going to say,
right? You know, the big thing,
Yeah.
the white kale, the big thing, and then you soak
Bonanza,
it in lemon
Bonanza.
juice.
Yeah,
And then it was
purple
yeah.
kale. I used to use that on every banquet garnish I had. It just lasted
Rick's
forever.
gonna change your opinion of kale.
Exactly.
I have all the confidence. I can't wait to see what he does with
Rick,
it.
I'm back in
Rick.
Toronto on the next week, buddy. Swing
Next
by.
week, that's fantastic. You know what? We can get together, either at your place or mine, and I can definitely put together a great kale smoothie for you.
Looking
and
forward
you know
to
what? It'll change your whole life. It's something that I have now almost every morning. I make sure that I start with
Seriously?
the goodness
Is
of
that what
green leafy
it is?
vegetables.
Bonsai tree right now, and I'm pretending that that's kale right now.
Is it-
We're gonna blend that up in a blend.
is this what makes you so young, Rick?
It does. And you know what? It sort of gives me that energy going every morning. It's a great thing to actually take to the office and just have there sitting in my Outback, soaking back on my smoothie on the way into the office. So it gives you that energy and that boost going forward. So what's great about these recipes too, Jay, is I said that, you know what? There's a lot of instances where the kids that you're dealing with or the kids that you're showing this stuff to haven't had the opportunity to try some of this stuff. So, just talking about it and then showing them, hey, how good this can actually taste. So should I get working on this smoothie? Because the
Yes.
first thing I'm going to use is some orange juice.
Okay,
This
why?
recipe,
I always
and
ask why.
the orange juice is going to be the base of this smoothie going in. So I've got 500 mils of orange juice going into my blender. And that base should go into the blender first. I always follow the Vitamix rules where it says, you know what, make sure you put those liquids in there first, and then that way it actually purees and blends in pretty well.
Do chefs measure like Rick did, right?
Pastry chefs do.
Let's just say that.
You know, it all depends on what you're making.
It's like I've never seen a chef measure before. Rick, you're first.
You never know. You never know.
You're gonna make
Yeah,
sure.
okay,
you want to
okay,
make sure, right?
okay.
It's
You
Or
not
else
want to
they'll
make sure
post-
that these things, and you know what's
Pour the
great
whole
about this.
container in.
And I was going to say, you know what's great about these recipes that were provided by World Chefs too, is actually they've got all sorts of, they got a breakdown of ingredients in grams, cups, ounces, whatever, and a whole conversion table. But at the same point in time, you know what they also did provide? And I guess someone put some good work into this, and actually a nutritional table on this recipe of how the nutrition, how nutritious this product is through there. So this recipe's then got 100 grams of bananas going in there because you know what? Those bananas great for potassium in there. That orange juice has some excellent vitamin C. And then look what I got here. This is the green leafy kale, Ryan. Green leafy kale, 100 grams.
No, I want to interject there quickly to let you know that kale contains 4 times the vitamin C content and twice the selenium content of spinach. So
That
kale would
is-
be superior to spinach with that information.
See, Rick?
That is
It's about bone health.
unbelievable with that information. And see how I've
It's
got that pressed down there in
Yes.
that juice? Next, I'm going to add the same
My
amount
wife's watching this right
of
now.
baby spinach in here.
Oh, he's getting there. He's
Yeah.
getting there.
We're gonna convert you to a kale lover. All right, we've got the kale in, we've got the spinach
I've got the
in.
kale in, I got the spinach in, I got the orange juice, and I got my banana. And then I'm going to jump into my freezer.
Chia seeds? Some flax
I don't
seeds?
have chia seeds, not in this recipe
Oh,
yet. But what I got
blueberry.
here now, blueberries. You got it, Lisa. So blueberries, fantastic antioxidant going through and everything like that. Now I've got a lot of stuff crammed into that blender.
It's gonna blend.
I have faith
Let's
in you.
see what happens. I have
That's like a
Smoothie, not pesto,
Volkswagen
man.
on this.
I have faith. Oh,
Huge. See?
look as it starts to go. It's going to
It's
pull it
doing it.
down.
What?
See, and look at now, when you taste it, you won't even know there's
Look
kale in
at
it.
that go.
How do you make it so quiet? I love the
Blueberries
blenders
and
on the show.
bananas.
I
orange
can't
juice.
actually hear Lisa talking now, or Jay, or anything like that, because I got the power of the blender happening.
Rick can't hear
Tomorrow.
us right now, so this is when we jab him about his
There we
I
go.
think
the
you're doing an
Santa
incredible
gig
job.
at the York.
Now I can hear you. Let's take a look what this looks like in my nice glass over here. I've got this beautiful, oh, look at that color.
It looks so good.
Kids love vibrant colors.
They do.
So
They do.
would love to think that this is some kind of superfood, superpower elixir that's going to turn them into a superhero, and I really think it is.
See some Cool Whip on top.
Yeah, see, we grew up with Popeye, did we? He just opened a can of spinach steak.
That is a superpower elixir. Yes, I like
look at
that terminology there. So we've got our spinach and kale powered smoothie, all the goodness of all those green vegetables, the banana in there with the potassium, the antioxidants of the blueberries. And then, of course, I got my paper straw with the nice little
I would say
design on it.
candy canes.
So-
Yes, a festive straw indeed. And I was just going to say, please
look at
taste
that.
it. Let us watch you.
Oh my God.
Rick,
Wow.
I'm impressed.
And you know what? I would just like to point out that
I had to go back for a second try.
my kids love smoothies, Rick, and so I'm going to take this smoothie recipe and I'm going to try it with them, and I'll let you know what they think.
Please do, because it's really interesting
Now-
what it
Yeah, I
turns
make
into
you
with
a
that
promise.
spinach and kale and orange juice.
You a promise,
there.
Rick. I'm back on the weekend, and I will try this smoothie. And I will take a photo,
Okay.
and I will post it.
All right.
Please do.
Because
And you know what
honestly,
you
Love
do?
it.
believe that I did it.
No.
So-
no.
And quickly, just in regards to that, if you're posting anything in regards to International Chef's Day throughout the month of October, and you're with us in Canada or otherwise, hashtag ICD 2022,
Oh, ICD.
tag World Chefs, tag Culinary Federation,
There
and
you go.
anything that you're sharing, we will reshare on all our platforms, and so that we can make sure that people are seeing us, celebrating, and participating as much as they can.
That's pretty cool. I have to ask, first of all, that's amazing. Thanks, Rick, for that green smoothie. You have fun later with that.
Vibrant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's vibrant.
He's vibrant already. I have to ask this one thing, and I'm going to throw this to Rick too. Is that one of the comments that was on the website regarding International Chef's Day was stress busting foods? Because a lot of kids are stressed, right?
Yep.
Like, obviously in today's world, they're a lot more stressed maybe than in the past. Does food really help us stress? Because I'm literally asking this. I don't know this answer.
Yeah.
Is it?
Rick, do you
Rick?
want to answer?
For sure it does. I mean, the idea of having a good mix of healthy fruits and vegetables within your diet and some proteins and different kind of things like that, make sure that you can handle stress and handle those kind of things within there. So it helps you basically your mind work better, your body work better, so that you can handle those things such as stress in your day-to-day environment. So starting out with a great healthy smoothie, and then you know what, they've got some really interesting recipes in there. I've done a recipe in here also called a quinoa and mushroom tasty taco, which has that sort of protein variety and that whole kind of thing that you need with all those vitamins and minerals. Great healthy food helps you get through that stress of the everyday life.
That's huge. Like I don't know if there's. I'm not going to point fingers, but apparently over the last few years we haven't been eating very well, and the stress has been there, and maybe there's something to connect there. Hey, right? Maybe.
Hey, I quit smoking too, so it's not helping.
This is-
You know what I mean? It's been a rough couple years. And I just went to the Toronto airport this morning.
so you should have a smoothie because then you'll stress
That's what
down.
we're talking about now.
Right.
I might actually.
Exactly, Ryan. When I quit smoking 11 years ago or whenever it was, I think it was. It was.
Why did you quit smoking when you just met me?
Is that ironic or what?
Awesome. So I want to first of all thank both of you for being in my studio today and being able to jump over here and visit, because Ryan, you were in Toronto a few hours ago. And Rick, thank you again for all you do for the industry yourself. You're such a great advocate of everything you do for Nestle, but also just overall for our chefs across this country. And Lisa, you're a total rock star. As we know, So thank you also for being here and joining us
pleasure.
in our studio. And you're going to come back every
I
month.
am.
You're going to be here,
It's gonna be great.
right? And then you can fly in every week if you like.
I'll try.
You'll
I
try.
can't promise anything.
You'll try. But so, Lisa, one more time where people can learn more about this information.
Yes, worldchefs.org/International Chefs Day. But if you're on Culinary Federation platforms, we will share all of the information there as well.
So to wrap this up here, folks, first of all, thank you again. But if you like today's show, you can, Ryan, you watch it later. You can watch yourself later at 7 p.m. on all of our channels. We're going to have a rewatch party tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch on YouTube. You can also watch on Facebook, Meta, if you want to call it that, LinkedIn, Spotify video. We're on Spotify. You can watch it everywhere you want. We've got tons of information. We also have 300 shows already re-recorded up on there for you to enjoy and to binge watch as much as you want. Also, tomorrow, we have Barry from restaurantowner.com coming in to join us for his show. And we're going to talk about the business situation right now within the industry and what's happening. And there is not a smarter dude than Barry from restaurantowner.com out of North Carolina. So we're going to see how the storms are doing with him as well. So everyone else, join us every day, Monday to Friday on the SVK Network, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, Friday is Influencer Friday, 11 p.m. And we'll be doing cookies.
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 Yes, that's what
I
we
can't
Rick,
wait.
you want to come in for that one? We get a little cookie. We'll throw a cookie in that green drink of yours.
You know what? Having a cookie after this for that little snack is there. I'm looking forward to trying cookies. I'll try some cookies for you.
Yeah,
for
I
sure,
just saw
Jay.
Rick's beard for the first time today, so you might need to give him a glass of milk, please.
I was going to say, you can see Rick. You can see
No,
Rick
and
on the
a carrot.
weekends at York
First car.
Mall. The York Mall on the weekends.
That was Yorkdale Mall in front of the Kit Kat
Mall,
Chocolatory.
weekends.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, everybody, and enjoy your rest of your day. And watch SVK every day. Cheers.
Thanks.